Building a Tenor Guitar, Part 12 at randallprice.com. Welcome back to Building a Tenor Guitar. Today I'll be working on reducing the height of the sides of the guitar in preparation of attaching the top and the back. The sides are a little bit taller than they need to be. Here at the tail end, it's maybe 3/8 of an inch higher than it needs to be, and at the neck end, even more than that. So I need to reduce these sides down to the height that they need to be. And looking at the blueprint, this is the tail end, and this is the neck end. This is the top, this is the bottom. The top is flat, however, the bottom tapers from the heel up to the neck. And that is why this heel block is taller than the neck block, and why there's more distance here than there is here. Not only does this taper, it's not a straight taper, but it's got a slight curve or arc to it. So I need to reduce the overall height of the guitar, and then also build this slight tapering arc into it. Now, this is looking at the guitar on a side profile, something like that, but when you look at it in 3D, this arc has to actually arc over the whole body of this guitar. So I simply can't draw a line, a straight line that would represent that arc, but I have an idea of how to do that. But first, I just want to reduce the entire height of the guitar side flush with this heel block all the way around. Now there's some different ways to do that. I could use a draw knife, or a spoke shave, or a plane, or even a regular knife. But I actually have a little saw blade attachment for my drill press that I'll use to do that, and I'll show you that in just a minute. Okay, here's what I'm planning to use to cut the sides of the guitar. And it's just like a miniature circular saw blade. There's a company that makes them, and I'll fit that in my drill press, set my drill press to a height slightly taller than what I want, and I'll just slide my guitar around on my drill press table and cut right through. At least that's the plan. Okay, I fitted this saw blade into my drill press, and I've set the blade height slightly higher than the heel block. So I will slide the guitar out from underneath there, and then I will simply cut this, sliding it around on the guitar on the table of the drill press. Seems to be working pretty good. See, it's cutting smoothly. Where I started and met, they're pretty flush with each other. I'll take this over to the workbench so we can look at it a little better. So there it is. You can see I've reduced the height almost down to the height of this tail block. It's maybe a 32nd of an inch higher than it needs to be, and I'll sand that down later. And here's the two pieces that I to cut off. Well, here's the idea that I've come up with to taper the sides of the guitar down. First of all, I took some tracing paper and traced out that profile. So I have this. My plan is to make a box, 4 sides, open on the top and the bottom, and 2 sides of the box will be profiled. I'll make the box to fit around the guitar, and then I'll take a board that's wide enough to straddle the 2 sides of the box, put sandpaper in the middle of the board, and then just sand down. The board should follow the profile of the 2 sides and taper the sides of the guitar down. I've cut out 4 pieces of wood, just common pine, to the right lengths to make a box around my guitar form. On one of them, I've glued my pattern that I made from my blueprint, which represents the taper of the back. So I'll just take this over to the bandsaw, saw close to this line, and then using this as a pattern, do the same on my other piece of wood. Then I will stick them together with double stick tape and take them over to the drum sander and sand down to that final line so they both have the same profile. I think I got this profiled the way that I want it. So I'll split these apart and build my box. Okay, I have my tapered box built and clamped to my bench top. Next I want to set the guitar and the form inside there, and I want to get this form as high as I can on the sides of the guitar and get my clamps put back, spreader clamps put back inside here so it'll support the sides as I sand them. So I'm going to put some spacer blocks under these 2 tabs on my form and try to raise it up a little bit. I will. I'm putting that in there to get it up above the height of the box, and I'll add a clamp at each end. Hold that. Do it. Okay, form securely clamped to the bench, and the box is clamped to the bench. I'll add my spreader clamps back into the guitar. Okay, so now the guitar itself is held tight within the form. The form is clamped to the bench, the box is clamped to the bench. I should be ready to sand it. I just need to make my sanding board that I'm going to use to sand it. I took a piece of 3/4 inch pine and using spray adhesive Include some 80 grit sandpaper to that board. And what I'll do is do a lot of sanding, and eventually I'll get there. I'll sand for a while and let you see periodically how it's going. Okay, this has actually gone much more quickly than what I thought it would. I've kind of focused down on this neck end just because it had the most to come off, so I just work on it kind of like that. Since this piece is pretty much running this way and the rest of the guitar is running this way, kind of work like this on the neck end and then like that in that direction, and you can see I'm almost down to the heel block, and I've probably been standing on this maybe somewhere between 3 to 5 minutes. So I'll go ahead and get down to where I need to be right here. And I also did a little bit of sanding back here. I'm just about where I need to be here. Oh, about up to here. So I've got this area here yet to profile. So I'll get back at it and show you what it looks like here in just a little bit. Okay, I'm done sanding. It took me 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes at tops to sand that. And see if I take this board, run over the profile, it's perfectly flush with the box. I'll take the guitar and guitar format of the box for you to look at. So as you can see, it's tapered, wider here. It goes down narrower there. You can't really lay a straight edge on it because of the curvature of the guitar, but this back is actually an arched taper.
For woodworking plans, tips, and techniques, visit randallprice.com.